base, Nachman had said, Mishnah speaking about Targola Somenes Legato Beim. It's a chicken that was designated for laying eggs, and therefore base Hillel says the egg is muktzah, it's nolad. And in regard to Shabbos, we rule like Reb Shimon, which is more lenient in regard to muktzah. Yom Tiv, because of the leniency of Yom Tiv, we're more machmir. Therefore, we rule like Reb Yehuda. And that's according to Beis Hillel. Lo se'ochel, you cannot eat the egg. Muktzah man the islay nolad, man the lesle nolad. That's Reb Nachman. But the Gemara had difficulty. Why? Because the Gemara asked, if that's the case, the Mishnah should argue. We should argue the chicken. What are we arguing the egg? So Gemara says because Rabbi Yehuda Nosi, when he writes the Mishnah, he chooses a case which shows the koch detera, the more lenient opinion. But the Gemara says, nevertheless, for factual, we don't rule like Beis Shammai. We rule Beis Hillel. So if that's the case, it should say Tanagos ubeitzosa. Both. Let's do the egg shows us to what degree Beis Shammai is makel, but we should discuss the chicken to say that even though it's not nolad, Beis Hillel is of the opinion that you can't even eat the chicken. It's not only the egg because it's nolad, even the chicken, which is muktzah. And that was the problem with Rav Nachman's answer. The Rabbah offers another pshat. So we're going to be a Rabbah. Omar Rabbah, Lo'olo mitargolos menes le'achilo. We're speaking about the tarnagoles, the chicken was designated for eating. And the Mishnah is speaking, Ubi Yom Tov shechal yosachar Shabbos. When it says Beishnol bi Yom Tov, it's a Yom Tov which followed the Shabbos, Askinon, Umisham Achono. And the reason why you're not permitted to eat the egg is because it wasn't prepared on a weekday for Yom Tov, but even though the preparation was natural, it's Beishamayim, it's not something the person did, it doesn't make a difference. Uksavarov, Rabbah is of the opinion, Kombeyo de Misyaldo Idno, any egg that's laid today, me'esmol gomelo. It was already finished yesterday. Its preparation was yesterday. So that means the previous day prepared for the next day. So if Yom Tov follows a Shabbos, so when was the egg laid on Yom Tov prepared? On Shabbos. And what's the problem with that? Rabba letame. Rabba is consistent with his own understanding. Domer Rabba ma'idich. It says by the Bon, Voyu beyom hashishi, will be on Erev Shabbos. What's shishi is chol, an ordinary day. They should prepare what they bring. What does that mean? Yom HaShishi, when do you do Hachana for Shabbos? On Yom HaShishi. And what is that? Chol Mechen Shabbos. So Chol Shishi, which is Chol, you prepare for Shabbos. V'Chol Mechen Yom Tiv. And Chol also Yom Tiv. But it says Shabbos. The answer is Rashi says, because we find that Yom Tiv is also referred to as Shabbos. We'll see Rashi in a moment. Therefore, when it says you must prepare on Shishi, which is Chol for Shabbos, you must prepare for Shabbos on Chol, and you must prepare for Yom Tiv on Chol. And therefore, what's the inference? V'ein Yom Tiv mechel Shabbos. But if it's not a Chol, Yom Tiv does not prepare for Shabbos, even naturally. V'ein Shabbos mechel Yom Tiv. Okay, let's see Rashi now. Yeah, Umishum Achono, Rashi, by the Bach, Umishum Achono, Hu Asri. The reason why you're not permitted, Beis Hillel says you're not permitted yet, because Vachono, basically, also, Kobein Misyaldo Idno Me'esmo Gormalo. Any egg that's laid today, Idno means now, it was prepared from yesterday. Ava Gavdi B'dei Shemayim, who, even though it came about naturally, it wasn't prepared through human involvement. Also, the Be'inon Kosudo Shabbos Usuris Yom Tiv, the days, the meals that you eat on Shabbos and Yom Tiv, they have to be prepared on a weekday, an ordinary day. What's the base of Rabbah that he prohibits hachona, which even though it had nothing to do with human involvement, human intervention, the Tame, he's consistent with his own position. From here he derives that muktzah is doraisa. This kind of muktzah, if it's not prepared, it says v'chinu. What is v'chinu? V'zminu. You have to have some level of designation the previous day. From here, this I will eat tomorrow. If it's speaking about physical preparation, that they have to bake and cook from the previous day. That I have a separate. It's another pasuk. What's saying the pasuk? What you're going to bake, you should bake on Friday. Elo Hazmona Bepekoma. Usmiat Hazmona meaning that you're aware that it exists. Uchsiv B'Yom HaShishi, and it says on the sixth day. And what is sixth day under normal circumstances? Ustam Shishi Cholu, right? Stam Shishi, on ordinary 6 days Chol. Va'achshav Rachmona L'Suda Shabbos, and the Torah values Suda Shabbos. She has minen mebojom. Anything that doesn't have special chashivos, haphazardly on the spot you prepare it. But something that has a special chashivos, she has prepared previously, meboj from the day before, ubechol, because since shishi is chol, and it's the day before because it's chashivos. Then Yom Tov meichem l'Shabbos, but Yom Tov does not prepare for Shabbos because Yom Tov is not shishi, right? Yom Tov nami kori Shabbos is very important. Even though the pasuk says Shabbos, Yom Tov is also referred to as Shabbos. Boy, sudoso hazmono v'hazmonoso b'chol. Its suda needs preparation, also from chol. Avosudas chol. What about if it's an ordinary meal? Lo chashiva, has no chashivos, has no innate value. Lo shaykh be'ezmas, no concept of preparation, has no relevance. Rashi, the Yom Tov Navkar here, Uboy Sudosi says, Avo Suras Chol, Uboy Hazmono, Lo Chashiva, since it's not Choshev, Lo Shachbe, the whole concept that needs, you have to prepare for it. Hilkoch Bechub, the Shabbos Bialmo, Lesl Nemesar. Let's say you have an egg laid on Sunday, so it was prepared on Shabbos.
Right.
There's no basis to assert. Why? Because it's only a day where the Suda needs Hazmona.
Right. So
since Suda Schol has no Chashivus, has no innate value, even though it's prepared on Shabbos, it doesn't make a difference. Lesl Lemesar, there's no basis to assert it. Be'er Shenol the Bay, Bishum the Askin B'dei Shemayim, because it was prepared B'dei Shemayim. Shabbos, the Suda Schol Atzchor Achmano Zimun, Mibod Yom. Suda Schol doesn't need preparation the previous day. Lo Shaykh Ba Muktzah, so therefore it has no relevance to Muktzah. On the egg that's laid on Sunday. Okay? So Omali Abaye, Sabaye, who's the Talmud Rabbi, asks his Rebbe, Omali Abaye Lemiato, according to what you're saying, that we're talking Muktzah Doraisa, and the Mishnah is speaking, it's Yom Tov following the Shabbos. So Yom Tov Bedalma Tishri, so an ordinary Yom Tov, where it's laid on Yom Tov, so when was it prepared on Chol, you should be permitted to eat the egg that's laid on Yom Tov. On that he answers him, Gzeru Mishum Yom Tov Achar Shabbos. Because if I allow you to eat a Yom Tov, an egg that's laid on Yom Tov, people say, well, egg laid on Yom Tov, you're permitted to eat. And they're not going to differentiate whether it's Yom Tov preceded by a Chol or preceded by a Shabbos. Shabbos the Alma Tishrei. An egg that's laid on Shabbos, you should be permitted to eat it. On the same thing, Gzeira Mishum Shabbos Achar Yom Tov. The answer is, because what happens if Shabbos follows on Yom Tov? Again, it's prepared on what? On Yom Tov. Therefore, you're not permitted. Rashi? Yom Tov Dalma She'enu Achar Shabbos, Shabbos Dalma She'enu Achar Yom Tov, Tishrei, L'Gemoa Be'echai Shnol. If it's Shabbos, you can't cook it. So what do you do? What you drink? You swallow it raw. Somebody says, Umiga Zrinon. Do we eat? Oh, that's further. Okay, so Rabbi answers it's a Gzeiro. It's a Gzeiro. Okay. Wait.
You could eat it.
1 second. No, sir.
Without preparing it.
You're not permitted. No. We're saying, midoraisa, you're permitted to eat it. But it's a gzeiro
that you can't.
Because of a Yom Tov, which follows a Shabbos, which is in this doraisa.
Right. So even if you're eating it raw, you can't do it.
It's muktzah. It's muktzah. Muktzah. Now, let's see Tosas. Voya b'mashishi. One where the lines get wider. Pirish Rashi, Valkain, Bolash Minon, Dafila Chona b'dei Shemayim, even though it was prepared, b'dei Shemayim wasn't human intervention, right? I feel Chona b'dei Shemayim, Dahainu Beyo, meaning the Beyo has nothing to do with the human being preparing it, Asura, Dimishim Chona b'dei Odom, if it was speaking about human preparation, Kloma sheyofu v'yashul mi'ojom, that you should bake and cook from the previous day, Habedjik Ksiv, that's a separate posuk. Ksiv eisashet tofu efu ve'elo hazmor bepekam. We're speaking about the designation, verbal designation. Ve'en Yom Tiv mechen the Shabbos, ve'en Shabbos mechen the Yom Tiv. V'kolshkein. The Kaven, if Yom Tiv, if Shabbos can't prepare for Yom Tiv, if Yom Tiv can't prepare for Shabbos, definitely Shabbos can't prepare for Yom Tiv, right? Ve'en Shabbos mechen the Yom Tiv, v'kolshkein. The Kaven then Yom Tiv mechen the Shabbos. Yom Tiv, which is less chomor than Shabbos. We say Yom Tiv cannot prepare for Shabbos. Kosh came in Shabbos, mechen the Yom Tiv. Okay, Diksha Rashi. So Rashi, im came Beish and Oldo, the Echad b'Shabbos, Olacha Yom Tiv Titzar, right? It should what? It should not be permitted, right? Rashi asked the question. So why an egg that's laid on ordinary Sunday? Why you permitted to eat it? It was prepared on Shabbos, right? And that's also Kosh came. The Kosh came, the Shabbos Yom Tov Mechina Adori, Koshim Lo Mechina Achol. If Shabbos, Yom Tov can't prepare for Shabbos, and vice versa, so to prepare for an ordinary day, definitely should not. V'tiritz answers, what? The Gabi Sudas Chol Lo Tzorach Achona. I mean, a meal that the Torah wants you to prepare, because that is a special chashiv, is that day has to be prepared on the weekday. The Sudas Chol Chashuva, that's Rashi's answer, right? It's not Chashuva, it has no innate value. Ach Temo. However, Tosha says, nevertheless, it's a temo. It's what we call tzorchiyun. Hol v'achona doraiso. Phenomenal question. If chachona is also around Torah level, that a Sudas Shabbos, Sudas Yom Tov, you have to prepare on a weekday. Hech ofen vashlim Yom Tov l'Shabbos. You have an erev tavshilin, right? You make an erev tavshilin. You cook you cook and you bake Friday for Shabbos. Right. So we're talking about Yom Tov is being mechin for Shabbos. It should be nisa doraisa. The whole concept of the Erev Tavshilin is a Drabonan concept. Right. But how are you permitted to do it? Yom Tiv is what? Yom Tiv is Mechem Shabbos. V'chi tema the Erev Tavshilin. Maybe it's supposed to make an Erev Tavshilin. V'chi oset hakat Drabonan laka achon doraisa. I mean, how could a rabbinic mechanism undo a Torah provision? It's a Torah violation. V'nira liyashev. So Tosa says he wants to reconcile it. To Rabba Gufi also Tameg. Rabba is consistent. The Islay Hoel, the Mkloy Yorchim, Chozilei, Hashnam Chozilei, meaning meaning like this. The Gemara holds Rabbah that you're not permitted to prepare more than you need for Yom Tiv, right? What happens if you do? Did you violate Nisa Raisa? So Rabbah says no. Since theoretically, you can see it's possible you may have guests. So therefore, as a result of that, and so the additional preparations for the guests, that's called Ochel Nefesh. Erev Tavshilin is speaking where you prepare on Friday early enough that if guests would arrive on Shabbos, they'll benefit from it. So therefore it's not achona. That's not called, it's called leftovers. Once you hold the position of homik lo yorchin, orchem may come, so anything you do on Friday, if you do it early enough in the day, it has nothing to do with Shabbos. This was not prepared for Shabbos, this is preparation for Yom Tiv. It's like you cook for Yom Tiv, it's leftovers. Right? This lei hovik lo yorchim, chozli hashto, chozli, hashnami chozli, vafilu didan. He says, even according to us, that we don't hold, like Rabbo, we don't hold Mikori Orchim, Necho, the whole Dovui offer. You see, there's a question what it means. That doesn't mean to say today that we don't have Orchim. Therefore, we can't rely on Rabba's heter. Okay. What Didan means that we don't paskin like Rabba. The Shah is what Didan. Even according to us, at one time people had Orchim coming day and night, they drop in. Today, it doesn't exist. So if that's the case, how does Erev Tavshilin work? Or afili dinan, that we don't rule like Rabbo, that it has to be practically you have guests coming. Anything that's baked or cooked, that's not called achono. Achono does mean something that exists and you're just perfecting it. You take flour, you make a milk, that's tikkun. You're perfecting it. The meikor habichozile, right? Originally, it was available. Now you're just making it more available. The egg didn't exist. It didn't pre-exist Shabbos or pre-exist Yom Tiv. Lo hoyse ruya klal deikora, so therefore it has no relevance to anybody initially. Okay, so therefore, hachana the rabba has no relevance to anything that exists. A food item that exists is a food item. It's not a problem. Tema, so tema the kan mashma shamon lo hoy yored Yom Tiv. Kiprishis Rashi hashishi roy lachana. Seemingly Yom Tiv, the month didn't fall. Lo yored. Why? Because Rashi says shishi means chol, right?
Right.
But if you're telling me the month fell fell even if it was Yom Tiv, so shishi is not synonymous with chol. There were times, let's see, Yom Tiv was Friday, see it Friday Shabbos. So if that's the case, shishi doesn't necessarily mean chol. It could be Yom Tiv. So evidently Rashi understands the month never fell on Yom Tiv.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore the shishi in terms of month preparation, it must be chol.
Right.
Right? Because there's no Yom Tiv where the month fell.
Good.
He says, it says, the time of creation. Seems to be, what day did Mon not fall from the Chazal? On Shabbos it didn't come. And the double portion came Friday. Avol b'yom tefo yored. Seems from the Chazal, it did fall. So how do we know Friday means chol? If the month fell even on Yom Tiv, that means the Yom Tiv preceding. Shabbos, so how do we know that Yom Tiv, Friday means chol? That chol has to prepare for Shabbos. Shlomo the Medrash Chalukim, he says the Machlokes Medrashim, the Yisuf Medrash, Shabbos lo hoyeh lo Rabbos Yom Kippurim. On this, another measure says Yom Kippur month didn't fall. Lo yebo lo Rabbos Yom Tiv shel yored ben mon. So they are different Chazal and finished. So Rashi is not difficult. Rashi is going to a different Chazal. Even if the month did fall on Yom Tiv, it would fall on ordinary Yom Tiv. But if it was Erev Shabbos was Yom Tiv before Shabbos didn't fall, b'chsiv kro b'yom hashishi, it says b'yom hashishi. V'lo ksiv shishi mash hashishi meuchad. The day that you could prepare. It's a day of preparation. What day do you prepare? Chol. What's a day you could do anything on it? Every level of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
That's hashishi, that's a weekday.
Mm-hmm.
So you're learning from the hay. Maybe the month did fall on, what's the name? On Erev Shabbos. But however, the shishi that the Torah speaking about says, hashishi. It's the day of the ultimate preparation. What day could you prepare anything? That's Friday, that's chol. Okay? Okay. So Rabbi responded to Abai by saying that it's a gzera. That really, on a Torah level, it's only Shabbos which precedes the Yom Tiv. But a Yom Tiv by itself, or Shabbos by itself, the reason why you're not permitted to eat the egg is because it's a gzera of one preceding or following the other. Right? That's what Rabbi answered Abai. So Maria, umigas rinon. Do you make a gzera? We'll cite a Bryce, you see what you're permitted to eat the egg. If it's not following the other. Migas rin v'atanya, we learned the Bryce. Ashochet is tarnagoles, if you slaughter a chicken. Umotzaba beim gemuros, and you find completely formed eggs in the chicken, inside. Mutaros la'ochlim bo b'yom. You can even on that day. But the question is, what would be if that day was a day that followed, we'll see in a minute, v'misa ligzer mishum hafam sialdim b'yomein. Hear this? Ordinary Yom Tov, say the egg that's laid, you're not permitted to eat. Because it's gzera. So if that's the case, the egg that you find within the chicken, how you permitted to eat, this will be confused with the egg that's laid on Yom Tov. Right. Because we say the day you slaughter, open it, you can eat the eggs on that day. So if that's the case, people will say the egg that's actually laid, because say, also you can eat it. We want to make a gzera. So evidently, if you tell me you can eat the egg in the chicken, right, you don't make a gzera. In the ordinary Yom Tov, you don't make a gzera. And that he says, eggs that are completely, with the shell that you find inside, something which is remote. Really, they should make a gzera. But when the Chazal, when they legislate gzeras, that's only something which is prevalent. But since this is so far-fetched, therefore they don't even address it. But an egg that's mamish laid, that egg is also this gzeira.
Mhm.
So Tosas asks a question. Seemingly it's gzeira l'gzeira. The egg that's laid on the ordinary Yom Tov, why is it also rabbinically? It's gzeira of Shabbos preceding Yom Tov.
Right.
Now it says when you find the egg in the chicken, it should be also gzeira because of the egg that's laid. But that's gzeira l'gzeira,
Right.
right? So Tosas answers, "Vein gzeira l'gzeira." Next to Ram Tosas, the mutar lochlan b'Yom Tov mashma afilu b'Yom Tov shlach haShabbos. It seems to be even Yom Tov following, not an ordinary. Even a Yom Tov, if the Shabbos, if you open up the chicken and you find the egg, you're permitted to eat it in the chicken.
And
Yeah.